Game over. Furious Angela Levin destroys Megan for humiliating Queen and breaching Megxit title rule. Hello, truth seekers, and welcome back to our channel, where we reveal the shocking truth behind the glamorous world of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel with the latest blistering dispatch from the never-ending psychodrama, putting our dear Duke and Duchess of delusion against the very system they once upgraded. And let me just say that the past week's events have really taken the proverbial cake in terms of disrespecting palace traditions and spitting in the face of the sovereign institution. These two claim to reverse so deeply, but before we delve into the tumultuous waters of this reveal, if you haven't already done me a favor with hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell, you might as well do that. You won't want to miss out on the explosive content we have in store. So now I'm talking, of course, about the audacious launch of Meghan Markle's brand new aristocratic lifestyle brand. She has the unlimited gall to be promoting under the very royal Duchess title. It's an egregious violation of the terms she and her sipping side husband explicitly agreed to when abdicating from the royal family just a few short years ago. Last Thursday saw the debut of Princess Pinocchio's mysterious American Riviera Orchard vanity label, an entire meaningless product empire, hawking overpriced jelly and placemats directly playing off of Meghan's ill-gotten gains, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex branding. I mean, you literally cannot make this level of cynical thing grifting going up. On the very same day, Prince William honored his late mother's charitable legacy. This grifting old sport thought it was perfectly acceptable to redirect global media attention towards her latest talent entrepreneur, or rather, talentless entrepreneur. Pivot into hawking upscale quiche under the credibility of titles directly stemming from her system, she claims traumatized her using with all these subtle self-awareness things of a drunken bull barreling through a garden party. Meghan defiantly introduced herself to the unwashed consumer masses on Instagram as the Duchess of Sussex, the very same legally encumbered styling and status she once vowed to relinquish with all her commercial associations. And she's got the unmitigated gall to make this launch simultaneously at the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's memorial. The sheer arrogance, the utter disrespect and contempt for the very legacy that she claims to maintain. Just look at the saccharine hallmark fonts and absurd mark heralded crest too, offering yet another cynical hint at aristocratic grandeur without any of the class or nobleness obliged to justify it. It's a grotesque garnished middle finger to the very notions of sophistication and pomp the royal styling is meant to convey in the first place. You can practically picture Meghan putting the whole tacky hors d'oeuvre together, lips moisturized from heavy nasal breathing during the labor of single-handedly mocking and undermining standards. She feels she transcends through the sheer vast with power alone, like some rich poser with more money than taste. The Duchess of Do It has mistakenly been wealthy for being high society yet again, truly sickening behavior, and for as bad as the optics of the sideshow already look, they only get infinitely worse when considering the explicit legal precedents that she's set. She's trampling all over this. During the latest self-aggrandizing cash grab, the Queen's own wishes and governance have been disgraced, all for the sake of padding out Meghan's insatiable lifestyle brand and her wallet. If you recall back in 2020 when Meghan and Harry first negotiated their terms of stepping back from the official duties, aka freely abandoning the very system that granted them their global platforms, explicit stipulations were inked prohibiting these two from profiting off their royal titles and the family name, after advocating for a sensible precaution to prevent both sides constantly airing a dirty laundry. After the divorce was finalized and the Sandringham Agreement terms, they were faithfully upheld throughout the Queen's lifetime. It was clearly etched in the legal stone that Harry and Meghan's inevitably commercial pivots and media side hustles refrained from invoking the sovereign grant and crown to join business perfectly. Yet here we have the Duchess of Defiance herself proudly splashing her ill-gotten gains across a glorified goop. Gwyneth Paltrow's merch peddling operates under the blatantly deciduous guise of being inspirational lifestyle content. Girl, we see right through this facade like a helicopter's down, wash blowing off a hairpiece. There's no subtlety or grace to be found in this utterly cloying, cynical cash grab aimed at monetizing the very sense of refinement and stateliness she claims was denied as a marginalized person in the palace. These two pathological demographic panders have zero composure, chasing every last royal association for commercial commercial purposes. The moment all substantive oversights get lifted, words like Duchess cease being encumbered, legal titles, and becoming hip branding tools to hawk handicrafts to the same civilian groups who tax dollars enable their entire crossover celebrity fantasy camp in the first place. Is nothing sacred? Do the once universally revised traditions and rules governing British aristocracy really mean so little to the Montecito moochers nowadays? Just how deluded and entitled must these two former C-listers be to truly believe that sovereign titles afford them their global platforms and their merely accessory aesthetics to casually flaunt through opportunistic stunts like this? It's an act of discretion of the crown's last vestiges of nobility and respect that should appall anyone who knows the first thing about that. Rusty Island rocks antiquated customs. The sad reality is Prince Ginger's step and his puppeteer master first demand, then regularly violate the good faith concessions afforded to them during Megxit. At every opportunity, rules were bent over backwards to prevent blatant points of tension. Titles, allowances, security details, Commonwealth obligations, even open channels of communication. Also, the firm could dodge any apocalyptic crisis with its most disgruntled and high-profile turnouts ever. And how did these two chronically ungrateful sessions repay the palace's bottomless olive branches? By utilizing grief, the lack of privacy, into a wildly lucrative media omnipresence where they constantly fan the flames of familial instability. Every new bombshell explosive tells all conveniently coinciding with looming book deals, deadlines, and underwhelming Netflix series. Debuts with most recent slaps in the face, such as Meghan rebranding herself as some Elizabeth, and in real life is truly the death knell for whatever misguided faith remains that these two vultures were ever operating in good faith. It's time to accept the sad yet undeniable truth that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are currently inhabiting that lavish California compound.